We're just going to do a general sewing day. Yesterday, I was doing some soup bowl cozies, and then I had this fabric out that I wanted to make more projects with. So I started the projects last night, and I know a lot of my regulars just like to be here for just some chit chat. So I thought this is going to be super casual today. I'm going to work on a couple of dish drying mats first of all, and then we're going to cut more soup bowl cozies with our Accuquilt cutting machine. So we'll just wait here for a couple of minutes for a couple of my regulars to get on before we get into it. And I did tell them I was going to try to get on after I dropped my dog at the groomers this morning. And I know some of you were doing that as well. And we'll just turn off the replay. I always bring you up on my television screen before we get going here as well, so that you guys can kind of see what's going on. So you're on TV and I can read the comments or whatever. Hi, I'm Jolene. Who have we got here this morning? I'm home Stitchery Decor. I'll give you a little tour of my studio before we get sewing here. So we'll just flip the camera around. This is where we're going to be sewing on this side. See up on the camera, that's you guys. So on this side of the room is the sewing studio. This is the fabric we're going to be sewing today and cutting the soup bowl cozies out with. Right now I've got some dish drying mats on the go. We're going to use our FAF Creative Ambition 365, which is this beautiful machine here. Got a bunch of other machines in the background. I don't turn on any of the other machines like the embroidery machine or anything while we're actually working, because it can kind of get loud. And then here is the workstation here on this side as well. Good morning, everyone. We're going to get going with the sewing here in a minute. We're just waiting for a few of my regulars to sign on, because I did tell them I was going to be here today. So that was the work side of the room. Now this is where I have all of my products that I'm getting ready to take to Christmas markets, plus my ironing board. You'll see it's getting even more squished in here. All of these racks need to be full to the brim, and every single container needs to be full. So right now I'm working on filling up this color here, and we're going to do the dish drying mats and cut more soup bowl cozies with it today. But as you go around, you'll see some of the other products that we have. On each rack is done by color. So we've got dishcloths in 2 matching colors, oven mitts, my collection of cards, soup bowl cozies, dish drying mats, tea towels, pillows. We've got our new magnets that we've done a couple of lives on as well. We'll be filling up each container of those, and then just more colors as we go around. So we've got the teal color. This one we've managed to fill up the magnet section here already. So the magnets were new this last week, and each color stand will be full with these. So hi guys, good morning. Jolene from Home Stitchery Decor. We've got a whole bunch of tea towels here in the teal on the bottom and then the gray on the top. And the next rack over to the right is the gray section. And then we've got just like random overstock. We've got the black stand. Then we're moving into, we've got all kinds of rugs that match every color as well. There's my sign, Home Stitchery Decor, tea towels, more rugs. We've got the cream colored stand. This one's pretty well full aside from the magnets. The magnets are not full up yet. We just started that color the other day. And then over in this corner, we've got a huge rack of jelly roll rugs that are already done. We've got the layered mandalas up on the top. And as we move to this corner, we've got a stand in pink. We've got some Christmas stuff coming up here on this stand. Of course, this will need to be full up. We've got the Christmas cards in the back. And then whip around this way, we've got this huge, like right up to the ceiling there of all Christmas products. So we are going to get sewing here. I was just waiting for a couple of my regular girls to get on, and we're going to start making these. These are dish drying mats. This is a fabric that I'm currently trying to fill up on my stands over here. So I did leave one out last night that I kind of got started, and we'll have to flip the camera around a little bit. I just dropped the tripod. Flip the camera around a little bit and get sewing. So yeah, you do get wiggled around. Who have we got here this morning? Have we got Sabrina, Kat? Oh my gosh, how many? Is that better? Can you hear me now? Let's see what's happening. Yes. Okay. So that one was my fault, Steph. My Okay, can you hear me now? I think the mic might be dead. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Yes, you can hear. All right, I've pulled the mic out. Something's happened with the mic, didn't get charged or something. Okay, so back to this then. We've made the matching tea towels last night. I did this and made soup bowl cozies yesterday. Did this. And now today we're making dish drying mats look like this. Yeah, technology, right? What can you do? All right, so you guys, I don't have a mic on. I'll try to speak up a little bit because I don't have a mic on. So essentially, I bought these, which you used to get at the dollar store, but now you just buy dish drying mats wherever you can find them. This is like a polypropylene one. I squared it up because it wasn't cut even on my 24 by 36 cutting mat. So I squared it up and then I cut the fabric. Like I literally laid the mat down and then cut the fabric just like half to 3/4 of an inch, just bigger than the actual stuffing there. And I've cut the fabric with the fabric. And I know this fabric is so pretty. Oh, when I saw it, I bought 3 bolts of this fabric. Can I tell you which fabric it is? It is Wilmington Prince Blessed by Nature is the style of this one. So I bought 3 bolts of it because I am really sure it's going to sell well. Hi, Mary Liz. All right, so what we need to do is we're just essentially making a big sack. So fold the fabric the other way around so the right sides are together. And then we're just going to sew a seam with basically width of the presser foot is what I go with from how I measured it. Whatever you're comfortable with, you just need to make sure that you're able to stuff this guy in. If you make your seams too loose, you can always go back and you know, sew another length next to it and tighten it up a bit because you do want this nice and snug. But it should be fine if you just don't cut it too wide. So we're just sewing a straight stitch all the way around. This is such an easy project. Such an easy project. Anybody, like even beginners, could do this. We're going to show you all the steps. So easy. So if you haven't been here for the last couple weeks, I'm trying to do as many lives as possible as I'm getting ready for my Christmas markets. And so I show you all the products that I'm making for my Christmas markets. You can make them for yourself. You can make them and sell them at your own markets if you want to. I have no secrets. I cannot make all of this stuff for everybody on the planet, and I don't want to. So YouTube is a great way to share my knowledge and to encourage others to start contributing to their own economies by having their own business or start crafting again. Kind of got away from having moms and grandmas teach us how to craft, and I think there's a resurgence of it lately, and people are really enjoying doing projects like this. So I'm here to teach you how it's done. So all the work on my channel is my own original designs. And I just go through each step-by-step process here. So who was here yesterday for the lives? Was anybody else here for the live? Steph was here. We did 2 lives yesterday. One in the morning where we did a mandala, and one in the afternoon where we did soup bowl cozies, which was kind of fun. And stick around for a few minutes and we'll tell you what we do for the members portion of the channel. It's pretty good. I think some of you will be shocked. We've got a coffee here going this morning in one of my favorite mugs here. This is from another local artist that does the Christmas markets at the same time as I do. Her name is Melanie, and it's MJ Designs. So she has these mugs in several stores in the Crow's Nest Pass. If you are in Alberta, you can look her up. It's MJ Pottery, and she makes fabulous mugs. I have a couple of her mugs here, and then I have my other little pink mug. It's always fun to have a mug in your office. Okay, so now we're going to go and do the trickiest part of this process, which really is not that hard. So come along with me to the iron. Hi, Nats. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I've got the iron pre-set up. It's really tight in here, you guys, because like I say, markets are going to be in a couple of months, and I'm getting ready. All of these stands need to be full. So you just have to bear with me. So we'll flip this around. You're getting all the good angles, right? Not about me, it's about you. All right. So what we need to do now is, I have to flip this around so I can see you guys. Let's do it this way. Yeah, I have to flip you around so I can see you, so I can make sure that I am in giving you guys the best shot of the material. All right, here we go. Okay, we can all see. So what we need to do is make like we're going to hem this seam, and we need it to be as crisp as possible. We want the fold of the seam to be directly in on the fold. So how I do it is sometimes I have a sponge here, but this time I'll just put some water on my ironing board because I'm going to want to get my fingers wet. And I just start at the very, very edge. My fingers are wet. I roll the fabric back and forth until the seam is flat. And I just keep doing that down the edge. Just a few inches so I can get the iron going. The iron should be nice and hot. Get my fingers wet again and squish the fabric. Roll it back and forth just to expose that seam right to the very edge and make it lay flat as possible. And we're just using a Black & Decker iron here this morning. Get some steam going on it. You want this fold as crisp as possible. So there it is right there. You can see the fabric is folded right up close to the edge. So if you were here yesterday, I did drop my dog off for grooming here this morning. And then I came back, and lo and behold, I had 2 people had gone on to my website, and one person sent me an email about booking a training session for their own business, and one person just booked it. So we've got some training coming up for some people that have been watching the channel, which is very exciting. Go you guys. Crazy. And yeah, we'll get it booked, and hopefully people will be very happy and get their own businesses started up and on the go. So persistence pays off, and if you've been procrastinating about starting your own business, it's probably because you don't have a plan, and I help you with that. All right, so now we're going to do the third edge of this, and just the same process. Get your fingers a little bit wet. If you've got a sponge in a bowl, that would work too. I just spray some water on my ironing board here. That seems to work just fine. And I'm using my stuff for work, so it's going to get used in the way that I need to use it to be as efficient as possible and get the best result in the least amount of time. Dropping my pup off at the groomer. Jennifer, were you here yesterday? There was so many people yesterday. There was like 4 or 5 of us that were like, my dog's going to the groomer too. My dog's going to the groomer too. My dog's, like, everybody's taking their dog to the groomer today. It's pretty funny. Mine's a little Cocker Spaniel named Cinnamon. She's in here pretty much for every show. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. You can see that is super duper crisp all the way around the edge. This is how we want it. Okay, so let's go back over to the sewing machine and get this figured out. Walking and we're walking and we're walking. Little awkward in the sewing room, but you know, we just do it. No complaining. That's like the channel rule. If you haven't been here very long, if you're new here, the channel rule is no complaining. That's the channel rule. You know what I should have done? I maybe should have. Okay, we'll do this step here, and then we'll take you back to the iron, just in case you get a better view of this here. Okay, so we've got our little sack. Essentially looks like this, and we've got our filler. Looks like this. And now, yeah, you were here yesterday. Okay. Yeah, so many people. There was like four or five of us that were dropping the dogs off this morning. So I don't know about you, but it's kind of like I've dropped my dog off. I feel like a mom without a kid, even though I've never had kids. But like, you know, you send your kids to school, and I've got, you know, 4 or 5 hours here without my dog, which is crazy because it just sometimes is like a little mental break for me. And then of course I miss her and I want her back. But I'm never without her. So the every whatever 8-9 weeks that she goes to the groomer is the only time I have without my dog. So kind of nice. Okay, so we're just stuffing this into the sack, and you want this to be like really, really tight down to the corner. So you may have to reach your hand in and just pull it. You want it crisp, cornered up here. And then what I do is I lay it flat, and I just pull the fabric one way or the other to make sure, like you can see here right now, the edge isn't lined up. So we want the edge lined up. So we're gonna do whatever it takes, shaky it into place, rake it with our fingernails into place, flip it over to the other side because it's like a sock that doesn't go on straight. There's no possible way to get this in perfectly straight without some adjusting. Oh, I'm glad I inspired you yesterday to organize your fabric stash. That can be a big job. And Casey is your sidekick. Well, that's nice. Thank you for sharing that, Jennifer. Okay, so just go back and forth with your fingers. You'll see like this side isn't quite perfect yet. This side has got a little bit of an overhang. So we're just gonna rake it a couple more times from one side to the other. And now it essentially looks like this. And so what I do actually is I cut off, you see there's quite a bit of overhang here. So I'm going to cut a good inch off of that overhang. Not too much, but a good inch of it, because you do need to have some to essentially close the gap. So can we see here? You can see a little bit. Let's move this way. So I've just got my big ruler and my Fiskars rotary cutter. This doesn't have to be perfect, but leave yourself a good 1.25 inches. You want to be able to like roll this over. You'll just line it up, the ruler on the edge, and you're going to cut this part off here. All right. So pull that off to the side. Now we've got just enough fabric here that we're going to be able to fold this part in. And we're going to iron it down so it actually stays super flat. So guess what, you guys? Back to the iron we go. Now, typically, I would do these like in a stack, right? So like a huge stack of these, I would do like, oh gosh, 6 to 12 in each color. And oh, this is where the moderation may come through. It says this message was held for review. When she's at the groomer is when I deep clean all her bedding. Yeah, we can show this. YouTube's got some guidelines for what they put in. They may hold comments. So if you don't see something come up and I haven't been able to hit the button to see what the comment is, your comment may not show up. So just beware of that. That's not me. That's YouTube. So I fold the first side down. I think you guys can see it here. Can you see where I'm working? Do we need to be a little further up on the, there we go, a little further up. Okay, fold the first side down, just make sure it's like snug. And I literally just take the iron and I put a little press in it right there. That just makes it easier as I'm folding the other edges over to have something to line up to. And I've got my thumbs on either side here. And we're just going to fold the one fabric over to the bottom side and then the other fabric in. Use your thumbs, line it up, get it as straight as possible. Sometimes you always, well, pretty much you always need to adjust the edge of where your thumb is because there seems to be like a little pucker of the fabric. So just get that in there as close as you can. Get it lined up. And now we're going to press the crap out of this. So lots of steam. You'll thank me for that later. Flip it over. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Just lots of steam here. Okay. And now it basically looks like this. Good to go? Let's go back to the sewing machine and we're going to show you the next step. This is the easiest project. It is so freaking easy. You, anybody could, like literally anybody could do this project. So good. And forgive my tight room, but it is what it is right now. All right. I am going to show you guys, first of all, the, get this fixed again. This tripod today is kind of annoying me. All right. Show you guys the lace trim that we're going to use for it, which is this here. And you can buy cotton lace trim anywhere, really. This one is quite wide. And it's going to pull out the white color of it. And because I already did this on the tea towel as well, I like to have matching sets. So what we need to do, first of all, is we're going to find the center of the mat. So I get out a little, you can do it on your big mat, but often I just have this little measuring tape here. So instead of watching me, watch this. And we're just going to measure. Like I said, these mats are not always the exact same, just because of the manufacturing of them. They have a little variance in them. So I just stick this down. This one is at 19.5. So then I know that the middle essentially is 9 3/4. So I'm going to put a pin in it at the 9 3/4 mark. And this pin will be where I start the trim. All right. So now we'll move it this way. I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to try to get you guys like super close in to see the sewing machine for this product. All right. Can we see? Okay, we'll try not to knock the camera as we go. But I want you guys to have a really good look at this, if you can. Can you see that okay? Let me know, you guys, if you can see all of this okay. And we're using our FAF Creative Ambition 635. I put a link in the video description for the sewing machines. I put, we're going to cut some stuff with Accuquilt, so I put the Accuquilt link in there too. Accuquilt's got some stuff on sale today, so that's good if you guys want to go have a look. All right, we should be able to see this, but I think I'm going to just drop you guys down a little bit so you get a little more straight on view of this. Hang on one sec. We'll get her. We'll get her. We'll get her. Nobody said this was easy. We did say it was fun here, but we didn't say it was easy. All right, let's try this. I want you to be able to see the close-up of how I get this lace on here. Okay, that's a little better. That is a little better. Move it this way. Okay, better, better, better. All right, so what we've got here is we're going to sew with a straight stitch. We're using a 40 weight polyester embroidery thread. And for some reason, this does not look even. $19.5. Nope. It is. Just looks weird. Okay, we've got our lace trim. And there's no wrong side or like upside to this. So we're just going to lay it down flat on the mat with a little bit of overhang past the needle. So like 3/4 of an inch overhang past the needle. And I like to have like 1/4 to 1/2 inch between the edge. I pivot it this way because we're going to start sewing. And I sew from the needle, so like 3/4 of an inch away from the needle, and we're just going to sew straight down with a nice little gap here on the side. So I've got it set to go backwards first and now forwards, and we're just going to sew up to the corner. This is so easy, you guys. Like, you're like 90% done this already. Okay, as we come up to the corner, everybody see that? I've got my cotton, and I'm just going to pinch it and fold it under and over. And I'm going to do that a couple of times until it's actually straight. So we're just made a little triangle, essentially is what we did, like that. And we folded it down. And that makes the lace turn the corner. So do that a couple of times so you have this side lined up and this side lined up. Just figure it out. And now we're going to sew up to this corner. And we're going to just pivot around the corner. So that's how you're going to get that lace to stay flat. And you can see here it's lined up about the same as before. And just repeat the process here. Line the lace up and sew until you're just about at the corner. Give yourself lots of give here. Make a little triangle, fold it over, and see if the fabric lays flat. Now, you guys don't judge me, but I've done this like a lot. So this one I pretty much got perfect, but I've done this lots and lots and lots of times. So you might have to, you know, play with that 6 or 7 times until you get it figured out. And then the next time you sew one, you know, 3 months later, you'll be like, what the heck did she say? And then you'll be back watching the video and you'll do it again. And I do have a video series. It has a chicken dish drying mat, a chicken dish towel, a chicken soup bowl cozy, a chicken oven mitt. And there's a whole series of some products here where I show you guys how to do this with multiple products so that you can have mix and match sets. So if you're looking to make mix and match sets of your farmhouse stuff, that's what we're doing. So right up to the corner again. This is the third corner, like super fast. And I'm going to do it. Well, see, that one I didn't get quite right. Do it again. Nope, still not quite right. One more time. There we go. I got it this time. Well, we're going to knock the camera around a little bit, but that's what you get for the close-up view. Okay, right to the edge. Hello all, good morning. That's Kat, right? My scrappin' mama. How are you today, Kat? I'm sure that's Kat. I can look on my board behind. I'm starting to write down people's names when they just have a call sign here because they keep showing up on my channel, which is fantastic. I told you to try to get here after I drop my dog off at the groomer. So she's over there. Then I had a couple of emails I had to answer. We've had 2 people reach out for training, booking the one-on-one training. So that's exciting. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. How are you? All right, we're coming up to where we started. And we're just going to get a pair of scissors. And we're going to cut about 3/4 of an inch past the pin to the other side. So this is very important. Okay, take off your reserve. It's your lunch hour. Remind us what you do for work, Kat. Have you told us before? I love that so many people come back every single day. Okay, so we've just folded those 2 ends in to essentially have the fold at where the pin is. And folded one side to one edge, one side to the other edge. And folded it over, tucked all that loose lace in underneath. And now I've backstitched a little bit. I'm going to turn this around because now I want to make sure that anything that's stuck underneath here, like that may be loose, gets actually tacked down. So at this point, you can pull your pin out. Find a pin holder to put that in. But can you see here this little fold? So I'm going to sew on this edge of it. I'm going to move over a few stitches to this edge. Then I'm going to back up and go down again to make sure that there is no way that's coming loose. And don't worry about where the join is because we're going to do something fun with that in a minute. Okay, so now go forward a couple of stitches right to the fold of where it is. Pivot your mat around again. And now you're going to back stitch the length of the lace and then come forward again, right on top of that stitch. Perfect, right up to the edge. And now we're going to tack down this edge of it. So essentially you're just going to go around the edge of this one more time. Got 26 people here this morning. Where's everybody from? I feel like this is a good time to break because we only have this and one more step and then we're done this process. So we're going to take a little break here and we're going to show you guys all about the channel membership gift. So you're going to see my smiling face here again. Hello. We'll move the camera around a bit, get you in on a different angle, and tell you guys about all the fun stuff that we do here. Okay, some of my regulars pipe up. Are we having any fun? Leave some comments to encourage the other people, please and thank you, while we're getting this set up. This will just take a second. We're just adjusting the tripod again so you can actually see stuff, which is a pain in the butt, and I get it. But if you want the show, you got to put up with the setup. And I do have lots of properly edited videos that you guys can watch as well that don't have as much of this gobbledygook in it as far as moving the cameras around. Okay, so put this stuff to the side for 1 second. And yesterday, oh, financial services technical support. Yes, you are. I think you told us that. I think she told us that. Okay, so we're sewing a dish drying mat. It has matching soup bowl cozies, which we did a live for yesterday. Last night, I sewed the tea towels, but I didn't do a live for that. I just did that one on my own. And while we were doing the live yesterday, we took a vote as to what we were going to include from that live into this gift pack. So what we're doing is we have channel memberships for sale for $2 per month. If you want to join the channel, it's less than a quarter cup of coffee. I think Steph told us that yesterday, which was actually pretty funny. And anyways, $2 a month to join the channel. When we reach 150 paid members of the channel, we're going to do this huge draw for some stuff. So if you're one of the first 150 members, we'll put your name into a randomizer. We'll pick a winner. You have to give me your address and then I'm going to send you all the stuff for free. So it's pretty fantastic. So yesterday we decided to put in 4 unsewn soup bowl cozies. So I made a kit for that for you guys. Typically my sewing kits for the soup bowl cozies are 2 in a pack. But we took a vote and we decided to do 4 in a pack. And I asked if you guys wanted these sewn or unsewn, and they said unsewn. So that's part of the gift pack. We did a live last week where we did the one of the fabric strip rugs or jelly roll rugs. So we have the fabric tube maker. Then we did my book, which is available on Amazon, From Zero to YouTuber. That will be included in the prize if you're the winner. Then we did fridge magnets, also a live from last week. And you can go ahead and watch that live as well. So there's a set of 6 Christmas fridge magnets. We did a live where we sewed a Christmas dish towel. And good morning, Deanna. Just joining the live. What's on the sewing table today? I'll get to you in 1 second. We're doing the draw right now, Dina. We did matching Christmas placemats. This is Robert Kaufman fabric. And then the biggest part of the draw is this FAF gift box, which is huge. It is 2 rulers, a rotary cutter, rotary blades, and 2 packs of needles. And then on the bottom side, because it's a double layered box here, we've got the FAF rotary cutting mat. So the prize is valued at $430 Canadian now. And if you're a channel member at $2 a month, one of the first 150 channel members, when it's 150, we'll do the draw. If you win, I'll get a hold of you. We'll send you off the huge pile of gifts, which we keep adding to. So that's it. So if you guys are on the channel, you can join at the top of your screen. There'll be a join button in the video description. There's a join link. And if you go back to the main channel header, there's a join button there as well. There, that's what we're doing. So today, Dina, we are sewing dish drying mats. And we're almost done sewing this one. I've got a few more I've got to put the lace on. So you may need to rewatch the live for this. And it's matching the tea towel and the soup bowl cozies that we were sewing yesterday. This is a new color for me. I ordered 3 bolts of this fabric. And now we're just basically getting it to the finishing stage here. I need to fill up the shelf here. As you know, I'm getting ready for Christmas market, so all of the shelves need to be full of products, and then I'm teaching you guys how to do it right here on the lives. And I do have properly edited tutorials too, if that's your jam and you would prefer to watch like just the tutorial without the chit chat. There's tutorials for all my products up on the channel as well, so go ahead and check those out. So we're just doing the lace, the second round of the lace. We sewed it down on the bottom, and now we're sewing it down on the top, because if somebody were to wash this, of course, I don't want it coming apart on them. And we'll just flip it over to the one last section. And do a little back stitch, cut the thread. We're using the FAF Creative Ambition 635 machine that I opened up here on the channel a couple of weeks ago. So it's a pretty swanky machine, if I do say so, and I put a link in the video description for you guys. So this is what it looks like now. How do we feel? Do we love it? Can you see, well, you can see, obviously, where the lace joined up, right? So what we're going to do with that is solve that problem with Decor. So over in this big IKEA drawer, I have a couple of button choices. And you guys are going to vote on which button I put on this product. So I'll have a sip of coffee after I show you the buttons. I'm thirsty today too, so I'm going to start coughing. Okay, so we have 2 choices for the button, and we're going to take a vote, and it will be how many people do we have here? 36 people. We'll take a vote out of 9. So you have 2 choices, either button 1 or button 2. We need 9 people to comment which button they prefer. So this would be the first color option. Coral button. Can you guys see that there? That's number 1. And the second button is number 2. How do we feel about that? Number 1 or number 2? Dina is saying she watched the bowl cozy video this morning, the one we did yesterday. She sews about 2,000 bowl cozies a year, and I do markets. Okay, we've got 1 vote for number 1. I'm going to take a tally sheet here. 1 vote for number 1. We need 9 of you guys, so we need somebody to be the tiebreaker here. 1 for number 1. 1 for number 2. 1 for number 2. Number 1. Number 1. Okay, so number 1 is at the top, and we've got 3 votes for number 1, 2 votes for number 2. We need 4 more people, you guys, to decide who's going to do this, and that'll give me a coffee break. Dina, do you order the batting in bulk? I'm just curious. Do you have a good supplier for that batting that you're willing to share with other people? Because I buy mine from the commercial sellers, so like the corporate accounts. Okay, we need 4 more people to make the vote here, you guys. Who's going to be 4? Hi, Karen. Karen, would you mind voting on our buttons? Seeing how you're already here. This is the choices. Button number 1, like this. That would be button number 1. or button number 2. We need 4 more votes, you guys. We need 9 votes total before we sew this button on. And that is a lot of bowl cozies. I agree. I think when I was doing summer markets, I was probably pretty close to that. Maybe like 1,600. So you're doing a lot, but I do a lot of other products. Do you do other products too? Because it's not a competition. I'm here to cheer you on. That's amazing. Number 1. Okay, so we've now got 4 for number 1 and 2 for number 2. And we need, in order for number 1 to win, yeah, you're in the States. Yeah, 90 by 9 yards, $75, you guys, for that Pellon Wrap and Zap batting from Walmart. And I have seen that on Walmart myself, but it's not the same price here. Sabrina, you need to vote on the buttons. And I answered your question by the email here. Sabrina, we're doing dish drying mats here this morning. Would you like button number 1, which is almost the winner? We need 1 more vote for button number 1 in order for it to win, or button number 2. And this is what we're putting it on, the dish drying mat. So there's button number 2. Number 1, Jennifer. Jennifer has the final vote. We don't need you, Sabrina. I'm just teasing. We have 5 for number 1. Okay, that's perfect. I buy buttons all the time. And, it's, you don't know what you're going to put them on sometimes until you buy the fabric. And then you're like, oh yeah, that is why I bought that button. So I have lots and lots and lots of buttons. Okay, so we've got a big sharp needle. We're just going to pull some thread off our machine and we're going to sew this button on. That's good because I don't have another color. So sometimes when you order, it's funny how it works here in Canada. How I found out that they sold that Wrap and Zap batting at Walmart because I ordered it on Amazon and it came, this was before I had a commercial account. It came in a big Amazon box, but inside the Amazon box was a Walmart box. And inside the Walmart box was the bolt of batting. And I instantly thought to myself, there's no way this is possible. Like, there's no way somebody selling on Amazon is selling a Walmart product unless they got the product from Walmart. So then I went back and searched, and sure enough, Walmart.com sells the batting for that price in the States, but they don't offer it in Canada. So the other process I could have gone through would be to get like a US post office box on just the other side of our border and start ordering products to them and then having them ship it all at once, or driving across the line and picking it up. Now, it would probably be about a 4-hour drive for me down there to pick stuff up and come back. And I thought, well, that's kind of expensive too. So I sucked it up for probably another 6-8 months before I was qualified enough to start commercial accounts. And now, of course, I have like commercial accounts that I can buy fabric from. So that solved that problem for me. But yes, the Wrap and Zap batting. So if you guys are going across, the other thing you could do is if you're going across the line to the States and you're trying to buy Wrap and Zap batting, you could order it ahead and have it sent to the Walmart. You got 10 yards for $66, but how wide is that 10 yards? That's the 22 inches by 10 yards, right? So Sabrina, she's talking about, she has 90 inches by 9 yards, which is the bolt that I showed you guys yesterday. So yeah, just watch your pricing. But you could, if you're from Canada and you wanted to order it, you could order it to a Walmart and pick it up yourself. So The only thing is, you guys, I sewed this thing on here and I don't like the color of the white thread. I'll show you. It kind of sticks out too much. So I'll re-sew this button on later, or will I rip it out right now? I'm just going to rip it out right now. I'm going to change that thread color because the white just looks awful. I probably should have thought about that, but we're doing a live, so, you know, or had you guys vote on it. In all fairness, it looks awful. Yeah, I think so too, Steph. I think so too. It just depends on what you're getting, right? So I have a nice, I'm just going to go with the color of the button. I'm just going to grab another, like a very pale, cream color. Hi, Karen. Welcome to the channel. We're sewing dish drying mats right now. And then if we can get these all done, we'll see for timing wise, I might cut some soup bowl cozies out. And okay, 90 inches by 9 yards. That's a pretty good deal for 65. The pricing, of course, everything in Canada, the price goes up, right? So unless you like when you're starting a business in Canada, you really have to look at getting your vendors sorted out. Hi, Ines. Gomera. Spoiled Trinity. Hello. Barely woke. A little bit, had to feed the fur babies and get a coffee. So in free shipping if that's so. Yeah, she's asking you, Kat. Or sorry, Steph is asking Sabrina. Sorry. As you can see here, you guys, a lot of these people that are on the channel are regular viewers. We've been doing lives here for a good couple weeks now. And we're just really starting to build a nice community of people, which is amazing. And ask questions back and forth because, like, I don't know the answers to everything, but somebody on here, I'm sure, has had some experience with stuff too. So if you know something, say something, help a girl out. Or a guy. You know, most of the people watching are ladies on this channel. Sabrina, I did get your email this morning, and then I actually had another person book their training. They wanted training. I didn't even tell you guys that I did training until, like, what was it, like Saturday or Sunday? And just a bunch of questions came up, and I just said, you know, I actually do training. Like, it's available on my website, and I had a pretty good response to it. So yeah. Oh, you emailed back already. Okay, I'll have a good look at that. You don't have to share what you said because that's your own private information. And like I said, some of the questions that I asked are just to help get you to the next stage there quicker. So when I'm done this live, I'll go and have a look at that. We don't have to talk about that here. Oh, and she opened up. Oh, well, she does want to talk about it. Okay, everybody cheers Sabrina on. She's booked some training with me, which not about me. She wants to take her business to the next level. So she had some questions and I said, hey, this is what we could do. And let's congratulate her. She's completed her business email and opened up her Shopify store. Good for you, girl. I just got goosebumps. Can you see them? Like everywhere. I'm always so proud of people. Like, come on, you can do this. We'll help. Yeah, supplies are marked up at least 100%. Okay, so Shopify, well done. Steph, if you need the link for Shopify, let me know. I'll send you the link if you haven't got it already. So that's the button you guys chose. Perfect. How do we feel about this? Do we love it? I did it with a cream thread. The white was just sticking out like way too much. I finalized my business banking yesterday. Very nice button. Yes, we picked a good button. Okay, so I have a few more of these left. And so we'll sew the button on and then we'll do the lace as we go. I'm sure I have enough buttons. I'm making 6 in this color. 6 dish drying mats in this color, and then we can move on. And you don't have to watch all 6. I did most of it except for the lace last night, and I saved the one that I could do basically from scratch at the beginning of this. And now we just have like 4 more that we need to put the lace and the button on. So it should go pretty quick. But I do have to work as well. And I know some people just want to be here for the camaraderie or on their lunch hour or whatever. And heck, you know what? If people want to be here while I'm working and want to learn some stuff while we go, then perfect. And on the lives, people come and go on the lives all the time. So we just chat and get things figured out. We never really know where the conversation's going. And then we always get a spammer. But Steph has volunteered to, Steph and Kat, I think it was, were volunteering. Dina, why are you having trouble setting up your Shopify? What's going on? Tell us. Thanks. It's exciting. One step at a time. Yeah, that's for sure. We did have a volunteer. I was in the middle of a story there. A couple volunteers yesterday to be moderators on the channel just so they could tell spammers off. So that was pretty funny. And we may do that because we get so many dang spammer people on here and they say the most inappropriate things. Like, why are you even here? Yeah, Steph volunteered to be the channel muscle. She's going to tell everybody off. Good Lord, I'm scared. Oh, goodness. It's like, don't you guys have anything better to do? Like, we're sewing buttons for goodness sakes. Like, this is not, like, the place for that. All right. We'll get this one sewn, and then we'll do the lace again. Does anybody want the close-up of the sewing machine for the lace, or are you happy to just see my smiling face? Which would you prefer? Because I'm happy to do either. I'd have to move the camera again, but I'm happy to do that. So my email and text messages are off the hook and scammers. It's ridiculous. I get probably 10 phone calls a day from scammers. Smiling face is fine. Okay. We'll go with smiling face. Yeah, I don't even answer my phone. So if you call me, chances are you're going to get my voicemail anyway. My ringer's off 90% of the time. Well, actually probably 98% of the time. I don't have my ringer on. I just reply to voicemails if I get them. Don't answer my phone at all. All of my neighbors know that. Drives my husband nuts because he's like, how can I take you out for dinner if you don't answer your phone? And like, to me, I'm like, I don't understand what is the purpose of this. The same as like door-to-door people that come to your door to try to sell you stuff. Like, is anybody buying television when they come knock on your door? Like, are you signing up for a different television provider or a different like home energy provider if they just come knock at your door? Because I sure am not. All right, so we're going to measure this again. Every time measure. Find the middle, put a pin in it because the mats themselves vary. So this one is 20 inches. So the middle would be 10. We're getting our lace trim. When the roll is this big, I make sure I go around and just quickly do a quick measure to make sure that this would actually go around the whole length. And this one won't. So I'll go get a new roll out of the bag. I have many different styles of lace trim, and I keep them all organized in big Ziploc bags. And so I know when I pull out a new roll, the new rolls typically will do 2 dish drying mats. I hate it. I want to go back to when cell phones were your saving grace to phone call privacy. I get people coming to my door even though I have no soliciting sign. You'd think they get the hint. My biggest setback right now is that the biggest craft fair company in my area wants me to get registered as a full craft co. I only want to do a few fairs this year. Does Etsy require the same? You don't have to be a registered company to go with Etsy. And this might be something that you need like a one-on-one conversation with. Nobody should be telling you what to do with your business. Nobody should be telling you what to actually do for your business, except for if you're in a big craft fair, they're going to require like a liability insurance. But as far as whether you're a sole proprietor or whether you're like a private small company, that's one thing. And if you only want to do a few craft fairs a year and they want you to be there full time and you can't be there full time, then you need to make the decision as to what you want to do. So don't let people push you around, because there's so many people. I get asked, I'm not even kidding you guys, probably 10 times like a month, especially when Christmas markets and stuff are coming up. Can you come and do this Christmas market? Come and do our Christmas market. Do this market, do that market, come to this thing, do that thing, donate to this thing. And you can't say yes to everything. So write down exactly what you want to do and stick to your plan. Like, you can pivot, of course, if you change your mind and you want to do something different later. But you make your own mind up how you want to run your business. And if you can't commit to those fairs and they need you there, they may need to fill the spot with somebody else that wants to do it. But you can't fulfill somebody else's dream for them, which is kind of my take on, like, you know, all these little craft markets that are like one weekend craft markets, and the girls are charging, you know, $200, $300, $400, $500 a table for the day, and they don't have guaranteed traffic. Those markets are great for your first couple of markets where you get your booth set up and you take pictures, but you should be there for the marketing, not for the your marketing. Get your marketing of your products so that you can apply for bigger things. You shouldn't be sitting there, because those traffic, they don't guarantee traffic. And if you don't have traffic, you don't have sales. So the people that are making the money are the girls that are organizing, or the people that are organizing the craft fair, and you're not the one making the money. And of course they want you to be there because it serves their interest. The only thing I wanted to try and see is cut my bows and crafts. It was a stand, what? The only thing I ever wanted to try and see if I could sell my bows in crafts was a stand with the 4th parade was done in my town, but I knew I wouldn't. Long story. Okay, you need to tell us more details about that story. You're welcome, Ray Ray. You're welcome. Like, how big do you want to get, right? The thing is, if you slow down and concentrate on one or two things, like, say all you did was tea towels and dish drying mats. Like, I'm just giving you an example, right? All you did was tea towels and dish drying mats, and you nailed it. Like, you had a booth so full of tea towels and dish drying mats, and you had matching products, and that's all you did. And you did that for, you know, 2 or 3 years, and you marketed it the heck out of it on, like, you could sell them on Etsy. Like, I always say, start Shopify and then put your products over to Etsy, just because Etsy can shut you down. I have a bunch of tutorials on my channel about that. Go and watch. But you could do things on Etsy. You could do things on TikTok. You could do things on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook Marketplace, and just get known for what you do. Nail it. Nail it, nail it, nail it. And then, because you've nailed that one thing, you're going to just go that much faster than had you worked on 15 different things. The same with, you know, running around to different markets. If you just nailed your product and got yourself into big markets instead of running around with chicken with your head cut off, doing 15 little markets, you'd be further ahead. make sense? Let me know if that makes sense to you guys. Because if it doesn't, I can keep ranting. Because I'm telling you, nobody, no successful business person has like 87 balls in the air at the same time at the get-go and then is successful. You need to slow down to speed up. Alrighty, here we go. So we're just gonna do the tacking down. I went too far. I have to back up a stitch here. Tacking down where the fold is. There we go. I got it. I just went too fast. Go forward again. Thanks, Sabrina. Makes sense to Sabrina. And what do we always say on this channel? Questions, comments, concerns, but no. Wait for the regulars, they'll tell you. So if you're just joining the live here, we're sewing dish drying mats. I'm Home Stitchery Decor. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I sell modern farmhouse home decor at these huge Christmas markets. I sell online and wholesale to some stores. No complaints. That's right. You get comments, questions, or concerns, but no complaints on this channel. If you're a complainer, we're going to kick you out. How does the mandala sell on Etsy? I'm really interested in getting that going. Only have an eBay account set up and they're selling for $20 each. Not worth the time or money. Okay, so if you're selling your product to a $10 customer, you're going to have $10 problems. I totally agree. Whatever you're making, up your pricing. So my mandalas, the finished mandalas, I think you were here for those when we were doing the lives here a couple of days ago on the mandalas. If you guys aren't sure what those are, I'll show you here super quick, just so you can see what we're talking about. These are my layered mandalas, one of them. This is this one is 6 layers. The designs are available on my website. They're sized for 12 by 12 inch shadow boxes. You can download, you can make art with the designs and sell the finished art. You cannot resell the files. And I reverse search my images all the time. I don't warn people. You'll get a letter from a lawyer if you start selling my designs, but you can sell the finished product. So that should help some people out. Now, you have to take your product to a market that is warranting the price. If you put a product up on, like if you put a product up in a craft sale and you put your product for $5, you're going to entice $5 customers to come over to your booth, and then you're going to have $5 problems. Instead, make a better quality product, make more of them. Honestly, more is the key here. Have your booth super full and pretty, and then up your pricing. And you will have better customers at higher pricing. Now, the caveat to this is, like I was telling you guys on Mandala Day, I cannot go and take these mandalas, and I'm just using this as an example, right? So demographically speaking, I cannot take these mandalas to like a slum neighborhood, like, you know, the ghettos of Detroit or something, to a craft market there and expect to sell them for $95, because nobody there has the money to buy them for $95. Nobody. They don't have money to put their kids, you know, shoes on their kids. So find a market in your area that's a little more upscale market, or a bigger Christmas market, They cost more money to get into, but the clientele that comes there is a little more upscale. So if you live in a community that doesn't have as high of income, I would suggest making products that match the income level of the market that you want to go in, if you want to have any success or just find yourself a better market. And if you're selling stuff at a craft market and you're at a lower income area, then you have to be able to find products that you can make en masse. Like having the Cricut machine running while I'm sewing, for instance, you could make products that way so that you're like double dipping on your time. Look at that, you guys. We have another scammer on the channel. Spammer on the channel. So do you have a Cricut making machine? I think you might have said you don't have that machine. I'm talking to Ray. I'm pretty sure you said you don't have that machine. And you don't have to have a Cricut. I think there's less foils options. I used to get Vegas stuff. I wish I had one. Yeah. I get it. Everything is the like the cost of doing business, right? So if you don't have money to go and buy the machine now, figure out something you could do for work, because the machine and the setup, like we went over, is probably about $500, right? $600, which you could make back in making mandalas that same day. And go and find a job for a week or two that would pay you that exact amount of money, whatever it is. Babysitting some kids, sell some of your clothes or something on eBay. You said you already know how to use eBay. Whatever it is that you need to raise the money for that project, put that money aside and then just start working on it. Because if you've got the willpower to do something, you could make enough money in a couple of weeks to do something like that. You could put ads on Facebook Marketplace. Hi, I'll come mow your grass. I'll walk your dog. I'll babysit your children. Like whatever it is, you could make that amount of money if you wanted to. I don't know why I just pulled that pin out. I lost my center. Lost it because I pulled the pin out too early. Okay, let's try this again with our brain engaged. Does that make sense to you guys? Like you have to start from somewhere, right? I bought an SVG on Etsy. Can I make the mandalas as I want to sell, or do I have to buy a license? Each seller is different. So go to the design that you've purchased on Etsy. My designs are available on Etsy too, but I'd much rather you bring buy it from my website, because I'd much rather the traffic come from my website. And I gave you guys a coupon on my website too, which is YT YouTube Mandala. And each seller is going to have different rules. I know a lot of them sell licenses for their products to sell what you make. I don't sell a license at this time. Maybe that'll change in the future, but I don't sell a license at this time. I just want to encourage people to start their own business. So if you want to use my designs, you buy the designs. You can sell what you make with the designs. You cannot resell the design. Does that make sense, Ray Ray? Check the fine print for whoever you're buying the designs from. As this channel grows, it's like I've got a gang of girls that are just like so protective. It's hilarious. Oh, funny. What she said. What she said, what she said. I just find it amusing, honestly, that people just don't have anything to do. Like nothing at all. And how sad is that for you? It should state something in the listing itself. It should say something in the listing itself, but you could also go to their main listings page and see if they have a license listing, because they could have just a general license listing where, you know, it's like a blanket license for all of their designs, and each seller would be different for that. Yeah. All right. Have we had, I don't know, anybody named Zach is kind of like, put user in a timeout. Can we do that? How about we just get rid of them all together? Like, why are you even here? We don't need you here. Remove you. Thank you. Bye-bye. I need the boot button. Yeah, I think he should be gone now. Sorry about that, guys. I know, Steph. I figure out a way to moderate. Ah, dang. Is this kid still here? Hide user. Bye-bye. The user's messages will be hidden. Still here. Well, we can't see any of your messages anymore. So now you're just helping the channel. Thank you for doing that. You're watching for no reason. He was hidden by me. Okay, I might try to figure that out. Thank you, Spoiled Trinity. And I don't know who would be here and on each one, but I could try to add a few of you people in and be like, hey, if you want to moderate this, can you please kick people out on these lives while we're doing this? Of course, you know, you guys, I don't want to get my channel shut down, so we have to, unfortunately, we have to be kind. Doesn't mean we can't be sassy, but we do have to, we can't say inappropriate things. And that also affects like my channel ranking and the RPM and all of that kind of fun stuff. So when we do allow you guys to be moderators or whatever, because, you know, I'm busy chatting doing this thing, we just have to be mindful of, like, you know, you can sauce people to a certain degree, but you can't be dropping F-bombs or anything like that at people. But they don't bother me. Just ignore them. Yeah. Just smile and nod. And thank you, everyone, for being here. We're sewing dish drying mats. And right now we're putting the lace trim on the top of the mat. And then we'll sew a button on. And we'll see how far we get. If we get the Accuquilt out to sew, or sorry, to cut some soup bowl cozies out, because that's the next step I need to do. And today is kind of, it's about you, but it's also about me, because I do have to get my production in for my Christmas markets. So if you're wanting to see the very beginning of this, you can watch the live replay. Just note that there's no sound for a couple of minutes because the mic was cutting out. And the other thing is that I do have step-by-step tutorials, like where we don't have the chatting, they're just the video recording tutorials all over my channel. Go ahead and check them out. Watch the videos that have the little gold presents on them. And those are the videos where I do giveaways on them. And we have a huge channel membership giveaway as well, valued at over $430 now. If you join the channel, pay your $2 a month to join the channel. Once we reach 150 paid members of the channel, we're going to do a draw for that huge gift pile. And you'll have to give me your address and I'll send it off to you. And none of this is involved with YouTube. They don't have anything to say about it. So kind of a fun thing to do. And if somebody like a scammer decides to join the channel, I'll just remove them because I can see who they are. So they'll be removed from the memberships. We don't want anybody like that getting in on the fun. All right. So this is what it looks like now. Where's a good place to buy really big, cute buttons? Online. So I buy them. You can get buttons on Temu. You can get buttons on AliExpress, Alibaba, Amazon. Check your pricing. Everything, you guys, is made in freaking China. So check your pricing because you want to buy the best thing possible, right? And if you're going to, you know, the craft stores, make sure you take a coupon with you because that will knock down the pricing. Like even today in Canada, they had buy one item, get 40% off. So if you're going to Michael's today, you could get some buttons at a decent price. But typically I buy in bulk. I probably have 2,000 buttons here in this office, different colors and stuff. And, you know, sometimes I like it. And then other times it's just like, oh, this is a part of my job now. I'm button shopping today. and I have to do it. So a few weeks ago, I was button shopping and it literally took me like 4 hours to pick out a whole bunch of new buttons because I was just restocking all my buttons. Spoiled Trinity. I'm happy to give people the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. Hobby Lobby or Walmart. Now, and I've said this to you guys before, right? Like if you're in the States, you have a lot more buying options than we do in Canada, just because of your population. It's as simple as that. The more population you have, the more access you have to buttons. Like you have more restaurants, you have more fabric stores, you just have more of everything. And that's just due to population. Now, in some of the smaller centers, I suppose, not so much, but you can order online. And if you're in Vegas to Hobby Lobby, I never think of them, are 10 minutes away. I think you told us that you were in Vegas, right? You told us that before. Gosh, one time I'll have to come to Vegas and we'll have to get together and go to craft stores. But Vegas also has like trade shows. And if you were thinking of growing your business like to a larger scale, you could like go to some of those trade shows and see what they have available. And just depending on how much you want to, you know, how much you want to do, get in and figure it out. Get in on some of the suppliers. And depending, you know, like everything gets scaled up, right? So I probably have like 25 of this color of button, and this is the first time I'm using it. Tell us what Beverly's is, you guys. Or So Yeah. So Yeah. So Yeah, that's a good name for a YouTube channel. All right, I've got 2 more of these to do. Not for buttons, but for fabric. Yeah. Perfect. This is what we're sewing, you guys, if you've just joined the channel. We're putting the lace trim on the dish drying mats. They've got a polypropylene interior on them, and we're using white cotton lace trim. Oh, they do live online auctions. That's so yeah, right? It was so yeah? I have to check that out. That might be fun. 11:20. You guys, I don't think I'm going to be able to cut soup bowl cozies because of the time I dropped my dog off. I basically have this mat is all I have time to do. And then I need to go and get my little girl from the groomer. This went on longer than I expected it to. But that's what happens in life. And we'll get back to doing another live here. And Sabrina, I'm going to watch your, what am I doing with this one here? Go and check for your email too. I might not even have time to do that until after I get back home from getting my puppy, because she is the priority here today. Everybody's second to the dog. Okay, one more, and then I have to shut off the live and go get my dog. Sorry about that, guys. But we could probably come back this afternoon. How about we do that? We'll come back in a few hours. Let's say 1:30 my time, which is mountain. Oh, and here I started this without measuring. Oh, I'm getting flustered. 1:30 I'll come back and I'll do the cutting with the Accuquilt, and I'll change the title of this video so nobody gets confused about it later. But I do have to go get her, so. And now I just put this cotton down, and I don't have enough of it to go all the way around, so I'm just gently trimming it off so don't waste it. I just looked at the end of the roll and went, oh, that's not going to work. I'm not going to be able to get all the way around with this. A good fur baby is important. Yes, my fur baby is the most important thing. My husband, and then my dog. So that is how it goes around here. Hi, Isabel. Welcome to the channel. Oh, I missed who was saying goodbye. It said, thank you, Jolene. It just disappeared as I was reading these comments here. I missed somebody's comment. Did everyone give a thumbs up? Thumbs up, you guys. Leave some hearts. Leave some love. Join the channel membership. Get entered in the draw for the $400 gift pack. You have to be a paid channel member for that. And if you want to watch the other videos that have the little gold presents on them, you follow along with the video instructions there, and you can also win a prize. That's just for the subscribers of the channel. Have a great day. Yeah, one more time around and then I'm going to be done here, so should go pretty quick. This is so fun. I'm having such a good time with everybody too, just so you guys know. It's been an actual, like, I don't know, feel like I'm making, you know, better connections and have some people, like, it's hard, you know, if you have a craft business and you're at home, it's hard to get to know people that have a craft business and are at home doing their thing, or at their office doing their thing and watching along with you. So it's, you know, it's a nice connection to have some people to chit chat back and forth with. So I'm glad you guys are all here on the channel. I appreciate you very much. And we're trying to do good, fun things. Same. Yeah, it's hard, right? Like, it's enjoying to, gosh, get to know some people. Like, how do you meet people that do this kind of stuff if you're not on the internet? Like, where would you ever have met these people? We could have gone our whole lives without knowing each other. But then I started a YouTube channel, and now I'm annoying you on the daily. But you can sign off at any time, you guys. You're not obligated to be here, right? Little coffee chats and all the fun things. Thanks, Isabel, for the love. Appreciate that. Quick like a bunny. You can tell how important my dog is. All of us being Gen X, and with us being Gen X, we would be lost. Hee hee. So what years are Gen X born in? Because like I'm 50 years old, so I'm Gen X, right? And do you guys watch like those comedians that are like the Gen X comedians on TikTok or YouTube? There's this one girl, gosh, I can't even remember her name. She's got brown hair. One time she was talking about, yeah, I'm 50, so one time this lady was talking about, you don't want us in politics. We're feral. Like, we'll tell everybody off. We'll tell them where to go and how to get there and why they should all be responsible for their own stuff. Like, our parents didn't come and look for us until the street lights came on, if they did at all. Like all this kind of, oh my gosh, they're so funny. And apparently there's like 3 or 4 of them, and then they went to Vegas here last year, which was kind of funny. Oh, and I think they did a cruise. I was like, oh, that would be hilarious to get a whole, like, have a whole entire cruise ship just full of Gen Xers, and we could all be listening to like, well, what would we listen to? New Kids on the Block. It's like some really foul rap back before rap was censored. Depeche Mode. If you still had to look through an actual phone book, you're a Gen Xer. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's start this trend here while we're till we get this finished sewed. If you don't be dishing I love New Kids. I'm not dishing on New Kids. Okay, you might be a Gen Xer if you had to look through a phone book. You might be a Gen Xer if you went to Blockbuster every Friday night and your movie was always checked out. Somebody else go. You might be a Gen Xer if. Keep up with the trend here, you guys. You might be a Gen Xer if you had to look through a phone book. Mine was if you went to Blockbuster and your movie was sold out. Who's got another example? I got a stray cat when I returned a movie. If you remember your best friend's phone number because you actually had to dial the number. Isabel, we're sewing dish drying mats. Sorry, if you're new to the channel, a bunch of us get going on here and then we have a blast. Okay, this is the dish drying mat that we're sewing. I sew mix and match products. It has a matching tea towel, which I sewed last night and I didn't videotape. Sorry, guys. But yesterday we did a live with the matching soup bowl cozies. So that's what we're sewing. We're sewing modern farmhouse kitchen decor right now. We don't mean to leave anybody out of the conversation. Some of us have just been here a while, so ask anything. If you had rabbit ears, yes. We didn't have TV for a long time because somebody watered a plant on top of our big ass TV. And can you imagine trying to put a plant on a TV now? Like they're this thin, right? But yeah, we had one of those big TVs and a plant on it, and we were poor. So somebody watered a plant, and then we didn't have TV for years. So that was out. And we're just going to put a button on this guy. I'm not even going to sew the button. You guys have seen the button. I'll have to do that when I come back for my dog. I'm going to show the prize giveaway for paid members here one more time, and then I'm out because I got to go get my dog. Okay, so there's the button that is being sewn on these. So if you are a paid channel member, you can join at the top of your screen. There'll be a join button. There's a join link in the video description. And if you go back to my main channel at any time, there's a join button there as well. When we reach 150 paid members of the channel, we're doing this huge giveaway. Yesterday we cut out soup bowl cozies in this fabric, and you'll receive a set of 4 with the thread and the chopsticks to turn it inside out. We took a vote, and I said you guys could either put 2 finished ones in the gift box or 4 unfinished ones, and we took a vote, and ladies said they would rather have the unsewn ones, so we did that. Then you could win this dish towel, which we did a live for last week. You can go rewatch this video. Also very interactive. People picked what we were doing for that. We sewed a strip rug last week. So we've got the tube maker. We did magnets last week with my new magnet maker. You could win this. There are 6 Christmas magnets. We've got my book in the gift box too. From Zero to YouTuber, which is available on Amazon. If you want to do something like this, this is like a $2,000 course in a $14.95 book, and you'll receive that if you're the winner. We did a live where we sewed 2 coordinated reversible placemats in Christmas fabric by Robert Kaufman. And then the biggest part of the prize is this FAF gift box. Inside the box, there's 2 quilting rulers, rotary cutter, rotary blades, 2 packs of needles, and on the bottom side, because it's a multi-layered gift box, is the FAF rotating cutting mat. So channel memberships are $2 a month. And when we reach 150 paid members of the channel, we'll do a draw. We'll put all those names into a randomizer and pick a winner. And then you have to give me your address, and I will send off this big prize to you. You don't need to be a channel member to watch all the other videos that have prizes in them. You'll know those videos are the ones with the prizes because they've got like little gold presents on the pictures. So you can go ahead and watch those videos as well. So yeah, if you want to join the channel, it's a couple of bucks a month. I teach what I do here on the channel. I have private coaching if that's kind of where you need to be going. Some ladies have already signed up for that. But basically, I do as many lives as possible. I show you everything I make, and I go and sell my stuff at these massive Christmas markets. And I can't make it for everybody. So I figure why not make some friends here on the internet? And we have been having a great time. It's been fun. So that's it for today's video, because I do have to go pick my little girl up from the groomers. So thanks to everybody for being here. I'll be back at 1:30 Mountain Daylight Time, so 2 hours from now. And we will, I'll probably have these finished because I only have one more to do. We'll cut out soup bowl cozies with the Accuquilt system because I've just ran out of time. I got to go get my dog from the groomer. So 12:30 Pacific Standard Time, 2 hours from now, guys. Mark your calendars, and we'll come back. I'll get everything charged up here, and we'll come back here this afternoon. Okay, gotta go get my dog. See you guys later. Leave some love on your way out the door. And I have to turn the camera off, which is always awkward, but you know, whatever. Bye, you guys. We'll see you. Thanks for subscribing, Isabel. That's awesome.